Alright guys, welcome back to another Warframe video. So in the last video, we were jumping back in the simulacrum a little bit again, but primarily working on trying to get Dante tweaked a little bit, make him a little bit stronger, and I tested to see if I could finally get through a solo Netracell. I made it about halfway. I think if I grinded it, even with this current setup, I probably could. However, I decided that I would just wait until I make him a bit stronger yet, though I do have another new adjustment on him already. But today, I'm guessing it's completely obvious to all exactly who we're doing. We're doing another new first impression, and this is, of course, Mesa. I've got Mesa Prime. That's this skin. Set it up with kind of a, I don't know, kind of a coppery, brownish, reddish color with white and black and some classic gold accents and some pink emissive lighting. So this is a frame that I read about a little bit. Sounded like their kit would be pretty good, like they have potential for some good survivability akin to Zephyr, but it has been a while since I have read through their kit, so we're just going to jump straight into abilities, give it another read. Let's see this nice little intro scene here. I'm sure it's going to look cool. Yeah, that looks like a 6-shooter style pistol in her hands. I'm not sure. I'm guessing she probably has some Mesa specific pistols. Maybe she does pistol dual wield based on this picture, and she's more of a gun platform than a melee weapons platform. Either way, she looks really cool. Let's check the passive. Shoot dual wield sidearms. 15% faster. Reload single-handed. 25% more quickly. Gain 50 bonus health when not using melee weapons. Okay, so user's a gun platform. All right, ballistic battery activated. This power stores damage caused by guns. When triggered again, that damage is channeled through the next gunshot. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. And it looks like you can go up to 100%. Buffer limit 2000 is at 2000 damage output. A little tough to say. Either way, it sounds pretty useful. Shooting gallery gives an ally extra damage while jamming the guns of nearby enemies. Power shifts between team members. Okay, so 10% damage boost, lasts for 15 seconds, 10 meter radius. Does drain 50, so that's kind of high, but jamming enemy weapons could be very, very useful. Shattered field envelops Mesa in a barrier of energy, reflecting back incoming bullet damage. Yeah, so that's the ability I was reading about, Shatter Shield, that reminded me a fair bit of Zephyr's bullet deflection. Pretty big drain on that. Damage reduction is 50%. Lasts for 10 seconds, 5 meter radius. So I'm guessing duration might be important on Mesa. Let's check 4. Oh, wow, their 4 is not the highest cost, so 3 is. With intense focus, Mesa draws her regulator pistols, shooting down her foes in rapid succession. Drain is 25, energy per second is 15, damage multiplier starts at 1. So I'm guessing strength, maybe strength and duration might be 2 of the big ones for Mesa. Either way, it sounds pretty interesting. I am going to read through the tips so I have an idea of what it's going to suggest. Then we'll come back and we'll start getting some mods on. Okay, guys, I just read through it. Sounds like there's a lot of good synergy in her abilities. They suggested using her defensive abilities, so shooting gallery and shatter shield, before jumping into Peacemaker because she's not super mobile, though it did say there's an augment for her that does let her move around while she's in it. So yeah, if you're really into, the gunplay, this sounds like this could be very, very enjoyable and quite a good frame. What I do want to do real quick, I see there's different shades of gold. I'm going to go back and go back into the appearance here. That's not considered enemy. Oh, that's probably just the color of her Peacemaker, I would assume. That's the name of it, right? Peacemaker. Shooting gallery is 2. Shattered shield is 3. And ballistic battery. Okay? Cool. So she has pretty strong health. Shield, meh. Armor, meh. Energy's not horrible, but she's quick. All right, so based on what I read about it, sounds like strength and duration might be the most important for Mesa. So let's just see where we want for her aura mod. All right, it's got that polarity. Anything that makes sense here? Steel charge? That doesn't make sense at all. She's I feel like that should be changed to something else. But I guess just to get some points in there, I'm going to use steel charge. But we're definitely going to be swapping that around. At any rate, let's jump into also. I definitely want to get duration and strength. So duration, continuity would give us some good duration. Abilities that inflict toxin will also apply corrosive. It doesn't look like she does any status really. It's just like gun damage buffs. So maybe a standard continuity would make more sense. That's up to 50. That's 30. Nah, I guess we'll use it. May come back and adjust, but that'll give us 150 duration. So what's shooting gallery up to on this? 22. That's up to 15. Yep, that doesn't apply. And that doesn't apply. So now we want to go for strength. Intensify. I think Archon intensify. Yeah, this is a new one. I swapped out Intensify for Archon Intensify. I did a call mission. I just swapped those out on Dante, by the way, because he can heal himself with his abilities. So that can give me just another plus 30 strength for 10 seconds every time I cast his 2. So that could be pretty huge on Dante. We're going to be running some more tests in upcoming, but today let's just focus to Mesa. But if you're wondering, hey, I didn't think you had that yet. Yep, I do have all of the Archon mods now. So let's see. Flow would obviously be useful. Cold abilities, she doesn't have any. What's that up at? 151 at that. Standard flow would be 100. So I guess, yeah, I mean, I know it doesn't apply, but this gives more energy, so let's just dump it in. And efficiency is always nice. Continuity, that's duration. Duration, I definitely want to do. Fleeting expertise, I can't get on, plus that lowers duration. So we've got that. Strength, we've already got. Let's just go for streamline. Oh, I'm going to be 1 point shy. I can't get it on there. Yep. Transient fortitude will be a trade-off. That's okay. We can deal with efficiency down the line. So maybe we just go for starting out. What's her range on these? Radius is 5 meters on that. 10 meters on that. So range also seems like that would be useful. I guess I can leave the 4 points in the till. Maybe there's something that makes sense on Vizarin I could throw on her. Strength. Nope, because that'll take 9. Efficiency. That could help a bit. Again, that'll take 9, so I can't really use either of those that I have set up. Yeah, I may just roll with this to jump into Sanctuary Onslaught to get her started. That may be what I do. I guess I'll... Do I have any of her? I do. Mesa's Waltz. I didn't realize I had any. Peacemaker. Mesa can move. Okay, so yeah, we're probably going to put that on as a quality of life once we get some ranks on her, but if there's anything useful I could throw on with just the base. Arc and Flow, we've already got one in. Can't use that. That's Aura. That's Aura. Duration. Duration could be useful. Let's just throw that on for the time being. We may even keep that on. Plus energy spent, converted back to shields. So we've got strength and duration. We'll play around with efficiency and range when we get to move on a little bit. But let's check out arcanes. Now, being that she's a gunslinger, I may use some that I don't normally. I'm going to guess she's pretty accurate at shooting, so maybe on weapons, something like secondary deadhead or primary, any of the ones like that. I'm just going to take a minute and read through what I think makes the most sense, having never used her, but just based on what it says about her. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Arcane Rise, since, you know, it's damaged guns, and she seems like a gun platform plus augmented, try to build up additional strength. I think that's the Arcanes I want to start with, and, you know, we're just going to get some ranks on her. We'll get more points back in the till here. It is a prime, so I'm sure I'll throw a potato as soon as we hit rank 30, and then we'll see what we can play around with. So, yeah, this will be enough to get us started. It sounds like it doesn't matter what I use weapons-wise. I guess I can take that off since it says to not use a melee. Of course, let me just reread and see if it's melee equipped when not using melee weapons. I wonder if that means I can have it equipped in the event that I need it. I don't know. We're just going to jump in and get her started. Either way, it sounds like a pretty exciting frame. So let's just jump right into some Sanctuary Onslaught. Syndicate. Just going to get some abilities up first. So her first one is the one that lets her store damage and then shoot it back in a big burst. So I guess we can start by testing this out right when we get in. Well, that definitely pops out some ridiculous damage, guys. Wow. That's actually nutty. Looks like she can just hold it as long as she wants to. Just hold on to it. So what happens if I take down even more enemies? Jam their guns. Oh, what's the matter? Yeah, getting the range on that up would be quite nice. Not sure I'm fully understanding her one ability quite yet. It seems like a toggle on-off. So I'm not exactly sure how this works. You store up energy, but then how do you use it? Maybe I... Nope, that's Incarnin. I definitely don't want Incarnin on the Felarks. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I don't really use it for that. The regular Felarks is better out of Incarnin. Jamming their guns is stupidly useful.
I have opened a new data card.
Do we have a Hildren? Is that a Hildren holding enemies in place? jamming their guns is like crazy strong. We just need to get the range increased on it. It does block a decent bit of damage. Yeah, definitely going to want some range, probably duration. Maybe a little mix of all of the above, strength, range, duration. Yeah, the gun jamming, that is really, really good skill in my opinion. I'm already impressed by it. I wonder if Regulators is a moddable thing on her as well once you get it unlocked. Kind of have a feeling it might be. Let's take a peek here. Thanks, Hildren. Oh yeah, the queen of survivability. She's such a tank. All right, Mesa, let's look at you again. Halfway there. Whoops, I meant to say upgrade. Yep, there it is. Regulators Prime. Oh, yeah, this will be dirty.
Covered in blood.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason we can't start with a Hornet Strike. Just get more base damage on there. Augur Pact is probably overkill. Status chance is not very high. The crit is pretty high. So why don't we double down on crit? And crit damage. And what do we have that's useful on those? I mean, probably a lot of stuff. It's not a super high status proccing, but we could do some punch through. Oh, we should definitely do some multi-shot. What multi-shot mods do I have? That's punch through. Maybe I don't have any multi-shot for secondaries. Or maybe there isn't multi-shot for secondaries. For how these function, I don't think the fire rate's going to be that big of a deal. So creeping bullseye actually might be useful. Oh, because pistol gambit. Fine. I mean, it's so low. Yeah, 90%. Plus 90% of only a base 10. We'll kick it up to 19. So it would be really hard to build this for a status effect, it seems. Status chance, that's outright damage. Proc even more slash, I guess. I mean, Carnage Stinger is kind of a funny one. By funny, I mean weird to use here. But what's that take the status chance up to now? 25%? There's got to be another way that I can get additional crit chance on here. I could get additional status chance with, say, Pistol Pestilence. That's damage. It takes down the accuracy a little bit. Pistol Gambit, we've already got the max. Is there another means of getting some additional crit chance? I don't think so with anything that Creeping Bullseye, but that will, because of Pistol Gambit, it won't do it. I can't imagine that bumps up higher than... Let me take Pistol Gambit off for a minute, because I haven't used this on any build. Let me see. I mean, I can't imagine that goes up higher than 120, right? Oh, wow, it does. Yeah, I don't care about the fire rate. That's that's for sure the mod that I want. Now 75% crit. The multiplier is better, so anything else I can throw more crit, or just a tiny bit of status in the background. Punch through, the way that that ability functions, I don't know if that would do much or not. Not really sure, but why don't we just throw in a little pistol pestilence? Okay, so we're up to a 31% chance. It's not huge, but it's something. Bypass shields directly to health, yeah. So this is probably not a bad status for a lot. I feel like Toxin can work on a majority of enemies. We could do even more damage with the Magnum Force. So I feel like we're going to end up using some formas for this. And I'll see if I can get the status chance up just a little bit more. And obviously, anything that does for crit is going to be important. So I'm kind of looking for status crit and just base damage. Yeah, so I think I've got the bulk of it. Yeah, pistol pestilence, always nice. I know I've got some others. I don't feel like that's important. She's got 100 shots on her 4. Status chance would, we could use that for some additional status chance, but I think I have some other things that could throw in some status chance, like no, fulminate is not radial. Maybe that's the only thing I have, and maybe Seeker would be good. I don't know. I'll play around with it. We'll see how it looks in practice, and we'll play around with the numbers. I don't think I have any points that I can allocate yet, because we tapped them all out. So this is still going to have to work for the time being. What would happen? I mean, I definitely want that on. She does get a little bit of a health bonus, but I do want to go back and reread 1. When activated, this power stores damage. When triggered again, that damage is channeled through their next gunshot. I'm going to cut. I'm going to finish ranking Mesa up to 30. We'll get her potatoed. Then we'll come back and look at some more mods we want to throw on there. So quick cut, and I will be back. All right, guys. I just got done getting Mesa to mass rank. Only took a few minutes. So I have adjusted the Regulators Prime. Kind of toying with what I may want to use on here, but this is how I have it set up. It's using every single point I had in the till. Hornet Strike, Target Cracker, Carnage Stinger, Creeping Bullseye, which I hadn't used on anything yet. That should be pretty huge. Fire Rate, I mean, who really cares in the ability that uses those? Sure Shot, Pistol Pestilence, Seeker, because there was nothing really else on there. I could have thrown on some modifier to turn Toxin into something else, corrosive or viral, I suppose. But I'm going to leave it on Toxin, and then Augur Pact. So that's what I settled on. Obviously, there's a lot of ways I could do it, but it bumped it up a pretty decent bit. And yeah, this set of weapons wasn't really set up for status, but I mean, there were so many other things in the background and you could only use so many that I thought, if there's a little under a 1 in 3 hit chance that it procs a status, yeah, when it happens, it happens, because it fires so quickly. And that was as high as I could get the crit with everything that I have at my disposal right now. So yeah, definitely interesting. I did catch that it has a little bit of a ramp up, obviously. But that's where I have the Regulators, and where I have Mesa. I'm definitely going to go back and do some formas to get some additional mods in here. I'm thinking Stretch would be nice. I did lower the duration a little bit to throw Efficiency on, and then the other one I threw on was Strength. That also knocks down duration. But really, we're just talking about 2-3, and frankly, 40 seconds on Shooting Gallery is pretty generous. And then the Shatter Shield tick over half a minute, also pretty generous. I did have it up higher, but I feel like these are not bad. Not bad places to have it to start to give her a little additional strength. So I do want to get stretch, open the range up a bit, probably throw some other quality of life mods in there. But yeah, my initial impression, just playing through Mesa, very fun. Her 4 is pretty crazy. But anyway, we're going to jump in now and just bring her into some normal content. Like I said, I will go back and do some Forma, but I'm just going to test her on some normal stuff just to see how she fares. Obviously, I've made it all the way around, so I guess why don't I just test her out, say, on... There's nothing really else I need to do on Deimos until the week resets. I guess I could go to Zariman, see how she does on some Zariman Bounties, maybe? With the group, let's just say busy. I may try the tier 3 on the off chance that some Lanthorn drops. I think that'll be as good a test as any. We'll see if she can get through here. Obviously, a bit higher level enemies than I was fighting in Onslaught, but we'll see how she fares. But I feel like her kit lends itself to making her pretty ridiculous as a guns platform, for sure.
Grineer are attacking the reliquary drive again. That's waking the angels. Deploy armaments and keep the exodampers online. Protect that drive.
Ah, it's this.
Enemies will
Okay.
hit our exodampers first so they can fight
What is that?
unimpeded.
I've
Then
seen
they'll
that
target the
multiple times. I
reliquary drive.
still don't know what it is.
Exodamper under threat. You'll need Argosine. I'm sending you a canister now.
Hey, I appreciate that.
You got some Argosine? Go build.
I mean, I guess we may as well set up at least
Defensive
one.
ordnance complete.
We got the one to pull them in. Nice. Got Celestial Twin up there doing work. Whoops. Not trying to build anything there right now, just trying to take out the enemy.
Get ready. Enemies inbound. More Argosine. Don't waste it.
Yeah, we'll go pick up some Argosine here real quick. Oh, looks like we got one set over here. Let's pick it up. Yeah, Revenant. Revenant's good. I do like Revenant. I'll let them determine where they want to set up any armaments, I guess. And down they go. Yeah, she's nice and floaty, but can't do the quick to the ground. You have to let go since I don't have a melee equipped on her. Because I want that sweet 50 extra health.
Don't let up. More no marks incoming. Reckon you could use more.
This is a
Argosine?
really cool design for a Warframe 2, I gotta say. Very cool frame.
Let's go. Praise the Golden Master for another glorious day of
I mean, absolutely not having a problem here. And yeah, I'm in here with a group. I could have soloed, sure.
The Exodamper made it, but they'll be back. Reading Void Angel's signature, heading right for the reliquary. The Angel is trying to retreat into the void so it can heal. Follow it and stop it.
Wow, that was so fast.
Now to stay. The longer you hold the fort, the more we can loot from our would-be boarders. Hope
Mesa's
you're
funny.
having as much fun as I am.
I like this frame. I like it a lot. If you're just looking for pure weapons play enjoyment, strong frame.
Brace for a fresh wave.
Very strong frame. Are they even coming? Mesa.
Let this wave of scum take out that exodamper.
We shall not.
Topping up nearby Argosine.
Gotta have the Argosine. It's just so important. How else can you build armaments without Argosine, of course? Some on the ground here. I think we're pretty much topped off on Argosine, I guess. So we may as well just start putting up some defenses, I suppose. I guess we don't really have to, but may as well. We picked it up, we have it. Do we have this Zephyr? I wonder if increasing the fire rate would make this wind up a little faster. Guessing it probably would. Yeah, I feel like I can definitely get the 4 to hit harder. I'll just have to maybe get some mods that I'm missing.
Protect your exo
Definitely make some
dampers.
adjustments, but I still like it.
Argosine canister inbound.
Guess we can set that up there. She's got pretty good range with this too. It's like, oh, is there an enemy over there? Does burn through a decent bit of damage the longer you leave it on, but quick toggle on off. It's really no different, I guess, than maintaining an eye on
Void Angel just woke up and is
the
looking to
state
snack on
of,
the
say, Ember's shield.
Attack us,
You know,
and we will
just
counter.
keep an eye on it, periodically glance down, and toggle it when you don't need it.
The angel is trying to retreat into the void so it can heal. Follow it and stop it.
Well, that was fast. That was fast.
Yes! It won't be shrugging that off. They committed so many troops to this attack, they forgot to defend their cruise ships.
Nice work, team.
Here's your share. Clear to extract. Free all. They're hitting an exo damper. Hit them first. Resupply it.
GG's. Yeah, that's the Sevagoth Prime, it looks like. Sevagoth is another one that I'm really curious to use. I only used them once in the Tempest Starry. Seen a lot of people playing Sevagoth Prime since that dropped in. Sevagoth can really clear some rooms that I've seen. So I feel like, yeah, they're another one of the ones that have been sitting around for a while. I haven't touched that. I want to pull out. But I had read about Mesa a while back and thought, okay, yeah, this is one I definitely want to check out. I like it. So Mesa had no problem. Obviously, I was with the group, but had no problem getting through level 70 to 85 enemies at all. So, yeah, guys, I'm not going to go any further than that. Probably in the next video, as you may ascertain, is that we're going to be testing Mesa out in a little Steel Path level content. But my initial impression is really fun frame, really excellent guns platform here. Obviously, like I said, I do want to pop back in and do some formas on her main and give... oh, let me get the potato in while I'm thinking about it. Maybe I don't even need a forma with all these extra points I'm about to have. So let's just take a quick peek. I know I want to get some range, so let's get a little stretch on there. Stretch, that will work just fine. That'll give us some good range increase. So what's that increase on 2-3? That's a way bigger radius. Yeah, that's excellent. And we've already got streamlined. We've already got additional strength. I feel like duration is pretty good. Efficiency, if I could get that up just a little bit more. Is there anything else? It would take duration down if I threw that on. I don't necessarily want to decrease duration that far in the name of efficiency. But there's probably something else I could throw on that would do efficiency. Like one of the Anguish mods, right? That's ability strength. That's efficiency. So yeah, I could make her hit a little bit harder, but I could also get that from Archon shards. Efficiency, I feel like, would be more important. So let's just throw that on. So this is now down even further. Okay. Drain 1375 energy per second down to 611. That's a pretty significant increase. Or rather decrease in the cost. Shield down to 4125. Shooting gallery 27.5. Ballistic down to 13.75. Not bad. So I think else on here, if I had anything else that I could use to increase strength. We've got Intensify. I would have had to grab Hatred, but I think for me, the efficiency is a little more important than just a little additional damage. I'm reasonably okay with where the duration is. We're at 33, 75, and 40, 40 and a half. That's not horrible at all. So let's see what the last one. I mean, I could say Equilibrium for quality of life, for more energy, or I could throw something like Energy Nexus in here. But I'm just going to poke around in these just a little bit more to see, yeah, we could do even greater duration with message. Throw that back into shields. All right, guys, so the last one, which I nearly forgot about, was her augment mod. So, yeah, that's going to be a nice quality of life perk to have in there. So when I'm in 4, I can now move around a bit and not be such a sitting duck. So that's where the build is for now. I may still come back and tweak. I really think that getting the Archon Flow in there is not a bad idea. I'm not really using cold, so that's not going to have that big of an impact. In fact, I could just use Prime Flow, get even more energy. That's probably the smarter decision since I'm not, proccing cold status effects really any means at all. So yeah, continuity is 1 tick away. Intensify is maxed. That's the one that I grabbed specifically to throw with Dante, but also works here. So yeah, not mad about that. Actually, I guess since restoring health with abilities, she doesn't have any healing abilities. I could just use a standard Intensify, which would leave more points for the Exilis slot here. What Exilis mods? Are there any that would be nice qualities of life to have on Mesa here? Let's take a peek. Handspring. Yeah, I think Handspring might be one that I end up using on quite a bit. So yeah, I'm going to need more Exilis Warframe adapters. I know I have some. I'm not sure how many I have, but that's my plan, at least for this build. And we'll see how this Mesa's Walk functions once we get into Steel Path testing in the next video. But my initial impression, I like Mesa. Fun frame. Seems really good with the weapons platform. I probably will come back and make some more adjustments. Certainly, I'm thinking getting some additional strength mods. I don't know as though strength actually impacts her regulators when she's in that or not. I think they just kind of have their own set of stats that you set up there. But let's just read about the 4 ability one more time. Yeah, damage multipliers. So that's got to be from strength mods and changes, I would guess. And the efficiency is important to keep that up. So maybe, she might be one that's worth... Is it the Azure Archon shards that maybe make you more efficient? Let me double check. I haven't used those in any yet. Nope. Health, shield capacity, max energy, and armor. Max energy field, effectiveness on orbs, casting speed. Nope, we don't need that. So there's no efficiency that you can get with a shard, at least in the mains. Let's check these. I guess I could try doing, in lieu of Toxin, I could try Flame on her pistols that she pulls in her 4 and go for an orange Topaz Shard, I guess, to increase the crit chance. I'm guessing that those function as secondaries and not primaries, but maybe I'm wrong about that. I have no idea. So I'm guessing Strength and possibly Topaz would be the ones that would make the most sense for Mesa. But either way, we'll play with that down the line. I don't think that Oh, you know what, though? Roar could make her even stronger, right? Is there anything I'd be willing to give up? The gun jamming is useful. But the blocking damage is also useful. Let's look at Mesa's kit. Channel through, so it's just for a single shot, so maybe ballistic battery would be at least worth considering throwing Roar on instead. I'll leave it at that. I might consider doing it. I'm not going to do it yet. We'll run her through the paces in Steel Path with our current build. But yeah, so that's in the next video. So yeah, guys, Mesa, fun frame. Really like her kit. I feel like getting her 4th ability to hit harder is going to be key to making her the most useful possible. Maybe there's some additional shards that would make her even stronger here. In fact, what I might do, I'm going to look and see. Do I have any... Yeah, heated charge, so I could swap Pestilence out for heated charge, but then that drops the status chance down. Maybe there's a mod that does a 60% heat plus a, well, I don't know if they're all 60, but I've seen a lot that are 60% this, 60% that. But maybe, what happens if I take that off? It drops 6%. Heated charge. Oh, because I don't have the capacity. Yeah, so that does more damage, but I don't have the points without shoving some stuff around on here. Which I can't really do based on the mods that I have in here right now. I guess I could take that off. Let's move that over there. Let's put Karna's Stinger over here. Then I could take Pestilence off. Can I get that heated charge on with 10, or do I need a little more? I'm off by 1. I guess I don't have to technically have it maxed. Do I have a heated charge that's not quite maxed? No, but I could make one. Yeah, I might play around with this, guys. I may play around with this and just see what I think. I may throw it back to Pistol Pestilence. 4, right? And that'll let me have it.
It is always satisfying.
So that puts us up to 75, which is obviously a little more damage output as well. And since that does armor reduction, that may make her pistols in kind hit a little bit harder because she'll be able to get through to their health bar first a little quicker. I don't know, guys. We'll play around with it. Either way, that's my final little adjustment I'm going to make for the day. But my takeaway is, yes, I do rather like this frame. It's quite fun. I'm sure, yeah, I mean, she kind of sort of casts, so I don't know if you call her a caster frame. She really feels like a quintessential built around playing the weapons, which is super fun because everybody else has abilities that do other things. But hers is, okay, I'll protect myself from some incoming damage. I can jam your guns. I can make the next bullet after I store up some damage there, which that might be key to some specific stuff, but I kind of feel like Roar would, throwing in some additional strength would maybe be even more useful, at least on the front end, make her hit even harder. So that would in turn probably make her 4 hit even harder. And I may play around with 4 if I put the fire rate up. I don't know if that would get the wind up even quicker. I imagine that it would, which would in turn maybe make her dish out damage a bit quicker. I don't know. So we're still going to play around with this and tweak it. But for what I accomplished today, I got to say, a fun frame. I do like it. My first impression is very, very positive, and I'm very keen to see how she will fare when we test a little Steel Path content in the next video. But guys, that is going to do it for today. As always, I do sincerely appreciate you checking in, and we will catch ya on the next one.